I thought you might enjoy my PowerPoint presentation as well for VE Day, which I posted for my students at school. Remember to click the slides with a star, and then you get some footage as well. There will be lots of positive footage on our TV screens, which I'm sure many of you will tap into too. I think Captain Tom Moore epitomises the generation who served our country in World War II. What a fantastic job he's done in recent weeks. It's great to watch the Rule Britannia footage, but for me, it's hugely important at this time we remember the sacrifices made by so many people to bringing this terrible war to an end. At my school at Christ College, we have the names on the war memorial of 46 old Braconians who gave their lives in World War II. It's a lot. My own family has stories, I'm sure, like yours. My dad can vividly remember as a 6-year-old boy in Bristol running to an air raid shelter with his teenage sister when a German bomber flew over, firing machine gun bullets from the rear. His sister threw him behind the safety of a wall. He was also evacuated to Monmouthshire and found the whole experience almost shattering. He caught TB and was identified as a carrier and ended up in an isolation hospital near Newport. He said quite literally his hair fell out through the shock and stress, and he remembers his fingernails falling off too. Quite a harrowing experience for a young boy to go through. He remembers the kindness of the soldiers in the hospital who shared chocolate with him. Take a look at the old film, Goodnight, Mr. Tom. My own church warden whilst in Exmouth, a wonderful lady who I look back very fondly on called Dol Williams, recounted how she was on the train going to Exeter and it was shot at near the Marine camp, and what a fortunate escape she made. Dol recounted how she almost single-handedly wrote and printed the Exmouth Journal during the war, as all the male reporters had gone off to war. Harriet's aunt signed up for the Land Army, quite literally an army of young women who went to live and work on farms to keep the food chain going and supply there. I think she had a merry old time too, mind you. Harriet's grandfather ran a German prisoner of war camp in Norway during the Second World War. Memories and stories of sacrifice and hardship. There are, of course, many acts of God, perhaps too, to recount. My own church in Bristol, St Mary Redcliffe, has an ended-up tram line still in the garden next to it, as to a reminder to everyone of how God protected it from the Blitz and the near miss it had. St Paul's Cathedral stood firm, as did Westminster Abbey. A whole nation came together to pray on the day of the Dunkirk evacuations. The sea was unusually calm and the cloud cover unusually low as a flotilla of small boats sailed the channel and rescued 1/3 men. Although on VE Day we will enjoy the celebrations, we must always remember the cost. There have sadly been too many wars since the Second World War. It's our responsibility to see the world lives at peace with itself. Maybe this terrible and catastrophic epidemic will make the world think and reshape its habits. Pray for world leaders that they may come together and seek God and seek peace. Hope you enjoy our VE Day service this year. I've tried to give you a little historical view of actually what happened around the time. The British people pulled together hugely in World War II. In a similar way, we need that spirit of pulling together for one another now. Social distancing and self-isolating is working and lives are being saved. The NHS, with its army of workers, is doing a fantastic job. So, look back 75 years ago with thanksgiving on these times and pray that the world will come together through this pandemic and in time will become a better place to live.
This is how Russia battered open the door of Berlin in the last weeks of April, the city's last days as the capital of Hitler's Reich. This was the British people's finest day. VE Day, the end of the German war. Throughout the country, at homes and at work, a nation exploded with spontaneous rejoicing for a great and wonderful deliverance. War scarred the face of Britain, but nothing ever sapped or changed the character of our people. The great news ran through the land. Manchester, Glasgow, Cardiff, Birmingham, London, in every town and village, big and small. And the true quality of Britain was seen in the manner of our rejoicing. Out came the flags. Nationwide was the celebration. For children, so many of whom have known nothing else but war, this day must have seemed like an entry into Never Never Land. Even the soberest overflowed, and not a few flowed over. 6 long years, and all-embracing jubilation rings out in the victory peal from St. Paul.
Winston Churchill, surely the finest leader our country ever produced, drove to Parliament, the mother of parliaments, birthplace and centre of modern democracy, to make there also the formal announcement that the long war was over. In and about Whitehall, fully 50,000 people, like millions all over the country, gave themselves over to unbounded rejoicing. If anybody still believed that we didn't know how to enjoy ourselves, these victory days disproved them once and for all. Winston Churchill came onto the balcony of the Ministry of Health. Ernest Bevin was there, a burly man who had done a big job, John Anderson, Oliver Littleton, Woolton, Morrison, all the cabinet colleagues who'd helped the PM. But it was Winston the crowd wanted.
The unbending resolve of the British nation.